do you want your millions to be made? From years of consistency and hard work? Or do you just want to hit the jackpot and say goodbye to all your money troubles? If you're on the side of people hoping to hit the jackpot, you are not alone. The good news is it can be achieved, and we have proof. Today, we've compiled a list of the quickest ways people have made fortunes. So, fasten your seatbelts and let's begin our journey to the jackpot hitter's side of town. Who knows, you might learn a thing or two. Selling a domain name. Is it just me, or was it so much easier to get rich in the 1990s? Oh, yeah, it's just me. Fine, maybe I'm just being a bit lazy. Or not. You can decide after you hear this story. If you were around when the World Wide Web just came to town and registering domain names just became a thing and you didn't purchase one, well, you missed out on a huge payday. Chris Clark purchased the domain name Pizzacom in 1994 for $20, plus annual fees, of course. It was pretty affordable because at the time the internet was just gaining popularity and all the simple, easy-to-remember domain names were still available. He reportedly purchased the domain name for a consulting deal he was hoping to close with a pizza company. Our guy didn't get the contract, and so he kept the domain name. According to him, nothing good came out of it, but he kept it anyway, and later, in 2008, he heard about vodka.com being sold for $3 million. And so, he decided to put pizza.com up for auction. Why did he make our list? The auction lasted for a week, with the first bid being $100. By the end of the extremely short span of 7 days, Mr. Clark was $2.6 million richer. Hell, even he couldn't believe it. Some would say this piece of business was thebomb.com. Bull riding. Did someone say death trap? No, okay, I probably heard bull riding. If there was a special Olympic event for the most dangerous sports in the world, bull riding would be the main act because have you taken a look at those bulls? Aside from being a death trap, bull riding is a highly effective way to get rich quick. How quickly? We're talking thousands of dollars in a couple of seconds rich. Still don't believe me? Okay. The 2016 winner of the Rookie of the Year for bull riding cashed out big time in the 2017 PBR's Built Ford Tough Series in Madison Square Garden in New York. The competition featured 35 world-renowned bull riders, and Jesse Lockwood, who was 19 years old at the time, emerged the winner. He managed to stay on the bull without falling flat on his face for a total of 32 seconds. He received $117,000 as a prize for his skill. Before you get into bull riding, remember that it requires skill, and Jesse had been practicing for a long time, which definitely wasn't his first rodeo. Robbing a bank. I said they made a quick fortune. I never said they did it the right way, though. If you're desperate to get rich quick, robbing a bank is one of the quickest ways for you to make some serious money. The best part is, you can do it in record time. You can take a leaf out of Valerio Vice's bank. We mean Valerio, the Italian career criminal and playboy. Yes, that one. Valerio successfully pulled off one of the greatest bank robberies of all time, known as the Knightsbridge Vault Robbery. Don't get any ideas, but here's how he did it. He disguised himself as a client who intended to open a safety deposit box with one of his accomplices and gained access to the bank. Once in, they pulled out weapons and literally held the manager and staff at gunpoint. Then, they let in other members of the robbery squad, and together, they ransacked the bank vaults and got away with an estimated amount of $97 million in jewelry, cash, and other valuables. After this successful robbery, Valerio escaped to South America, where he enjoyed a short period of freedom. All seemed well, but you know how it goes. They would have gotten away with it too, if not for Valerio's love for his Ferrari Testarossa and desire to ship it to his destination that brought him back to England, where he got arrested. Remember, millions are best spent when you don't have to constantly look over your shoulder for the police. Inheritance. Why should you be nice to old people? Well, inheritance money, of course. Okay, just kidding. You should be nice to old people regardless, huge inheritance or not. You don't want to end up like the family of Michigan millionaire Wellington Burt, who made sure that his vast fortune would not be passed on until 21 years after the death of his last surviving grandchild. I just really want to know what his family did to piss him off that much. A huge number of the wealthy people in the world today gained their wealth from inheritance money. They literally just sat back and chilled until the time came and loads of money became theirs for doing practically nothing. It's like today you're penniless, tomorrow there's gonna be a will reading and boom, you're rich. The downside is most inheritances come with the death of a loved one. However, sometimes it's a distant relative you've never met, or it's someone who randomly picked your name from a telephone directory. This was the case with the will of Louis Carlos de Canada, who passed on his fortune to 70 strangers. Marrying rich and getting a divorce. Getting a divorce is probably one of the most heartbreaking events one can ever go through. Separating from someone who you once thought would be your forever has got to be difficult. What isn't difficult, however, is the huge amount of money you can get from a divorce settlement. Well, if you marry rich and hire a lawyer who is worth their onions, of course. In 2019, the divorce between the world's richest man, Jeff Bezos, who had a net worth of about $137 billion at the time, and his wife, Mackenzie Bezos, became the most expensive divorce in the world. The pair had been married for 25 years, and they had 4 children. Mackenzie got 25% of the couple's shares in Amazon, and this gave her a 4% stake in the company. Simply put, Mackenzie got close to $38 billion in alimony. We're not entirely sure how long the divorce process takes, but it's definitely a very short time to make a $38 billion fortune. Thrifting. I can't be the only one who thinks I need to attend more garage sales and go to thrift stores more often, because these days, thrift shops are now the equivalent of gold mines. You can be completely broke, take a trip to a thrift store or garage sale, purchase something that catches your attention, and later discover that it's worth a huge sum of money. And just like that, it's bye-bye to money troubles. The story of Michael Sparks is one that will definitely inspire you to visit thrift stores more often, but it doesn't end there. You should also purchase random documents just because you like their looks. That's how this music equipment technician made his fast money. After purchasing this yellow copy of the Declaration of Independence, he was so intrigued by it that he had it looked at by experts, and it turned out to be one of the only 200 copies of the Declaration commissioned by John Quincy Adams in 1820. He sold it at an auction for close to $500,000. Now do you see why you should purchase random documents whose contents you aren't sure of, preferably yellow? You never know when a copy of the Declaration of Independence will pop up. Finding weird stuff in your basement. When was the last time you cleaned out your basement? Oh, no, don't look away, I'm asking you. If you're smiling guiltily right now, then I'm sure it's been a while. Well, you should. You never know what million-dollar artifact your family has collected and abandoned down there over the years. If you still need motivation, well, here's a story that might inspire you. One fateful day, a couple decided to clean out their basement and they found a weird-looking doll. It was a Russian soldier. We all find weird-looking toys in our basement, right? Nothing out of the ordinary? Well, here's why they made the list. The doll turned out to be a Russian doll made by Fabergé for Sir Nicholas II. Are you amazed yet? No? Okay. Well, the doll, because of its historical value and importance, was sold for a whopping $5.2 million. How about now? What are you waiting for? Grab some dustpans and brooms. If you don't find hidden Russian toy soldiers, at least you'll have a clean basement. It's really a win-win situation. Win the lottery. You can't talk about fast money without thinking about winning the lottery. If we're being honest, at one point or the other, we've all thought about what it would be like to win the lottery and finally throw in the towel, say goodbye to your annoying boss, and take a vacation for life. Yeah, okay, enough daydreaming. You should really learn to love your job because your chances of winning the lottery are about 1 in 45 million, so you know. It's difficult, but not impossible to win the lottery. When I say win the lottery, I mean winning and actually getting the money. Not winning and misplacing the winning ticket or not knowing you won until it's too late. Winning the lottery is a very effective means of making quick money. Mavis L. Wanchick of Chicopee, Massachusetts is living proof. In August of 2007, she won the $758.7 million Powerball jackpot, which, by the way, is one of the top 10 biggest lottery prizes ever to be won in the USA. You want to try and guess the best thing Mavis did after receiving her winnings? She quit her job, of course. She made it very clear that she had placed a call to her boss at Mercy Medical Center, where she'd worked for 32 years, and announced she wouldn't be returning. Who needs a job when you can win the lottery? If you won such a huge sum of money, what would you do with it? Let us know in the comments. Cryptocurrency. Okay, we both know there was no way cryptocurrency was not going to make the list. Let's take a look at the rise of Bitcoin. In 2010, the Bitcoin was worth next to nothing. So much so that a young man identified as Laszlo Hanyecz bought 2 large pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoins. Fast forward to 10 years later, 10,000 Bitcoins is equivalent to over $90 million. But that's not why cryptocurrency made the list. The regular rise and fall of the value of cryptocurrency is guaranteed to make you rich within a few seconds. And the Winklevoss twins are one of the greatest beneficiaries of these occurrences. More than once, there's been a significant spike in their net worth in a short period. The most popular instance was on the 10th of December 2017 between 12:29 to 2:29 p.m. The price of Bitcoin rose from $13,887 to $15,791. What did this mean for the twins? Well, they made about $190.4 million in the space of 2 hours. If that's not making a quick fortune, I don't know what is. Have you guys made a small fortune in no time? Share your story with us in the comments below. Till next time, work hard, but always keep an eye out for opportunities to make a quick buck, legally of course.